Do you ever have like body image questions or issues or concerns or thoughts? Do you have maybe some questions on emotions or emotional intelligence? Do you ever think about like your body image and like what you're wearing and all that kind of stuff? Well, today I am opening up and I am hosting a Q&A, and this is actually the first Q&A, and we are taking questions from the community and we're answering them on here. One take. Yes. Okay. So, by the way, my name is Ivy Ladone, your fitness mystic. And if you're into fitness, if you're into like all the mystical things, then you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for this. And of course, ask away any questions that you have. And let's get the community started. Okay. So, let's get down to the first question. First question here is, in my prime, what are some nice things that I'd say to myself? What about when I'm in a good place, and how do I maintain my empowerment? Okay, so I mean, in my prime, lol. Right? Like there's highlights in life. Every moment is important, really, but like prime, I think we're still getting there, you know? I think I had a great moment. I think that I'm in a moment. I think I'll have more great moments. But anyways, um so when you're in a good place, I just want to start off with this. When you're in a good place, you're in a good place. You know, you see things from that programming. That's pretty much enough said. Um, what about when I'm in a good place, and how do I maintain my empowerment? Okay, I want to say this. If you're someone who just judges yourself and is just like, oh my God, I don't like when I wear this. I don't like when I see that. I don't like when I talk like this. I don't like when I put my hair like this. I don't like going to that. I don't like, okay, start to take account for that, but also start to take account equally for the things that you do like. Oh, I do like when I eat that. Oh, I do like when I wear that. Oh, I do like when I have my nails that long. Oh, I do like wearing that color. Oh, I do like my hair like this. Oh, I do like when I speak like that. Take accountability for both equally, because what you're basically doing is just seeing things for what they are and really getting to know yourself. You know, like that's number one. Because we are talking about mental health today. We are talking about body image, which comes with the perception of thinking and how you view right through your lens. So mentality speaking, or mentally speaking, your programming is very important. So let's not, like, again, I'm speaking to the person who's like really like deflated ego, like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, blah, blah, blah. That's really not true. That's your judgment on yourself. And the reality is, like, if you just bring it up a notch and just told yourself, actually, like, I'm not that good at this, but it's a skill that I can learn. That's a fact. I really, really freaking love this, but I know it's probably not the best for me. Do you see how each had like a yin and yang? Yin and yang. It had like not so great thing, but it had a highlight to it, and it had like a great thing, but it had like a little depth and understanding, and um, point to. So I just want to say that like I take account. I take accountability for both. You know, I'm someone who like, sure, when I don't like something and something bad happens, I'll like really see that. But equally, I will say like, oh, I love when I wear that. I love when I look like that. I love when I speak like that. I love when I feel like that. I love when I do that. I love when I go to that. So that's important too. So whenever you have those moments of highlights, take account for them. Oh my God, I love when I put my hair this way. Oh, I love when I wear that. Oh, I love when I wake up like this and I do this. That's important. Okay. So that way you know yourself and you remember yourself. So when you go into a moment of drought, like a season of drought, and you're like, oh no, woe is me. Hello, memory. Oh yeah, let's start to do that again. Let's start to do that. Let's be that. Let's go there. Let's say that. Okay. Okay. Okay, next question. When you're at your lowest, having a hard time with food or activity, how do you validate your decisions when you know your decisions are impacting your health? It's easy for others to validate it, but what about yourself? Are there beliefs, activities, practices? This is an excellent question because, I mean, right up my alley. I love this. This goes into like ideology and to like programming and to like self awareness. Right. This person said, like, okay, it's so easy for people to be like, oh, it's okay that you're eating that hot dog. Um, it's fine, right? Like, you're fine. You are like, no, it's not. Like, I like want to be able to eat this hot dog with everyone else here, but like, I don't know how I'll do this, like, be okay with this afterwards because, like, I know that I should be eating healthier and, like, this is one step again, like, in this direction. So, like, how do I, Pause. Everyone really truly knows what's good or right for them. Generally speaking. Generally speaking. With that being said, if you are moving through a difficult moment in your life, I'm going to ask you to step up for yourself in a spiritual way. I know. You saw what I did there? What I did there was kind of like personify the spiritual form of you, the higher self. I call this like the bigger aspect of you, the bigger self, the higher self is what it is. The deeper inner wisdom of you, the one that just wants to just do better, the one that knows better, the one that has so much wisdom. That aspect of you, you're going to have to lean on. You're going to have to activate. So in a moment of difficulty, that higher self is not going to tell you like, excuse me, I also want to say that higher self is a spiritual self. The spiritual self has insane compassion. So if you are like, I have a higher self and I can see the wisdom, but like that higher self is still very critical. Okay. You have total free will to also practice and work and tweak and tune your higher self. It's called spiritual hygiene. You have to activate that inner goddess. You have to activate and like help yourself and just not expect like your higher self to do all the work and know all the work and know everything. You have to coexist, co-create one and one together. You are this aspect. So you definitely have to say like, hey, okay, like what's really going on here? Connect with the heart. Okay. Your most activated higher self is like all of your chakras, like, ooh, right? So where I'm going with this is like, if you're going through a hard time, activate your higher self so that your higher self can look at you with eyes of like a loving parent. You know, think of yourself as a puppy in that season. I'm not trying to be patronizing. Sorry. Sometimes I'm goofy and silly and I could come off that way, but I'm not trying to be, especially if you're feeling a type of way right now. But I just want to say, let's just lighten this up. If you're moving through a season that's difficult, think of yourself as a puppy and then think of your higher self as like the owner of the puppy. Take care of it. Take care of yourself. And what I mean is like, you're not going to put immense pressure on the puppy to like run laps with you. Easy. So same. If you feel that you need to have chocolate every night for a week, while you binge watch Netflix, because that's what's going to assist you and help you move through that week of difficulty, insane healing and uprooting, then again, mental health, awareness, self-awareness, higher self comes in and says, okay, I know that this is technically going to expand my vessel, my body, but at the same time, on a human level, your body is created to expand and to contract. The judgment of that expansion and contraction stems from society. Society's perception stands and comes from the media. Rewind that if you want to hear it again. And I'm just saying this because it's just a fact. Like 1 + 1 = 2. Your body, boo, is made to expand and contract, which means you hold the power to allow it to expand and also allow it to contract by choice of perception. If your mental space is like, oh, I need food and food will heal me and food will be there for me and food will provide for me and make me feel fulfilled, then that's what that is. That's a fact. That's not a judgment. That's not bad. That's not good. It just is. That's what you're doing. That's what you need. So if you're on survival mode, be there for yourself and don't judge yourself for how you fit in something, for how you look, for how you're going to pause. What really needs to happen is the mental aspect needs to understand that and say, you know what? I need rest in my body. I'm going to go ahead and do what's best for me right now. And whatever that looks like, that's just what it's going to be. you're working on compassion for yourself, self-awareness, your expansion of your consciousness, your expansion of your heart, and healing of your childhood and programming. Like when you do all of that, I just want to say, I know that I went on a rant, but like I just want to say all that. That's very, very important. So it is about mental health, knowing that you need to be bigger than yourself. So, not physically, like metaphorically, spiritually, saying, like, okay, I'm going through a moment right now, I'm going through time. Like, bro, it's a season. A year from now, like, maybe I'll be in a different season. Look back at my life. How many different seasons have I been in? Like I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna move through this. So I hope that this answers your question. Beliefs and activities. Well, beliefs, those are my beliefs on it. Activities, yeah. I also don't force myself to do things that I don't feel intuitively connected to in the moment. I just went through a huge period of healing. I did not feel like, honestly, working out like rigorously. I felt like doing lighter workouts. I barely even felt like jumping, and I'm a cardio, like high energy instructor. So I just moved my body through stretch. I stimulated and I also grounded my beliefs through research. I also ate a lot of chocolate. I also did gain a lot of weight. Um, and now guess what? I'm out of that season a little bit and into a different kind of season. And now in this season, it's just a different kind of season. We'll see how it all unfolds. But I will say that there's less chocolate. There's more activity, physical activity, beyond stretching. There is more cardio. So again, like this is the season that I'm at. And that's another thing, beliefs, perspective, programming. Like, do you see how I'm seeing myself? I'm not saying that this is the correct way. I'm not saying this is the perfect way. I'm also not saying that like it's easy to get here. I'm just saying that this is a programming, a belief that I work on and that has helped me. It's not conditional. It's just ever going, ever flowing. You know? Okay. So I hope that answers your question. Um, okay, yes, I want to make sure that I answered it. So as I did have some answers here. Okay, and then I believe this is the last question. Last question here is, how do you dress for your body type? What are some outfits for change, or what are some outlets? I read outfits because we're talking about body and image. So how do you dress for your body type? What are some outlets for change in your body? Clothing for work, fitness, day to day. Okay, and I just want to read to you what I wrote, what I basically said. This is so crazy that this question came up because I am currently going through another metamorphosis, so to speak. Yes, this is true. Where I am, and I have taken time for my mental health, and that did not include focusing on any aesthetic and my outward appearance because I was too focused on my inward day to day. However, these days, I gravitate more towards sensory clothing. This is true. And that is just basically clothing items that make me feel good, comfortable, and protected. Notice that I said the word feel. Not that they look good, that they feel good to me. I have not worn jeans. This is true about me. I'm speaking my answer. I have not worn jeans in about a year or so. LOL. I am mostly in leggings or a robe, a sexy one sometimes too. Okay. And then I went on and said, like, the idea is to be your true authentic self. Because when you are your true self, you are then in your fullest self. And when you are your full self, you are operating at your highest potential, therefore giving you a better experience of life, therefore bringing you happiness and joy. So it's about being your authentic self. So it's about being your authentic self. That's what I wrote. Okay, cool. So basically shared it with you. I'm into clothing that is feeling good. It's not so much about what it looks like. Yeah, sometimes of course, when I'm going out and like when I'm working with my partner, like when I'm, of course, like I'm a human, I'm part of the society. But like if you're asking me like how I'm coping through changes of my body, like I go for what I feel. So to be honest with you guys, I have like 4 pairs of jeans in my closet. I have not worn them. I haven't worn all of them. There's one pair that I wore like maybe 3 months ago. And 3 months ago was like December 2022. So whenever you're watching this. Ooh, so like 3 months ago, I wore those jeans. I haven't worn jeans since. I just don't want to wear them. It's just not what I'm feeling. So sensory clothing is very important to me right now. Again, it's helping me process my changes, and it's not like judging me. And leggings too, because I'm an instructor. I'm a fitness instructor, you guys, and I had to wear leggings. And a part of me, all of me, always wore like sports bra and leggings, and my stomach would be showing all the time. I even had sometimes my legs showing, like, whoo. And what I did though was I didn't feel as comfortable wearing shorts anymore for fitness. That's a fact. So I went to leggings, but even then, I looked more towards a different kind of material, one that was more stretchy, one that was higher waisted. I was looking for more coverage of my upper body. Um, that is a fact. And I did feel more comfortable covering up my body. Um, I will say that walking into a fitness establishment, yes. Nonetheless, I still had my moments of like, this is me, this is me, this is me. But still, there was some, um, you know, I would say reservation about that. So yeah, so how do I dress for my body type? This is a great example. This is a bodysuit from FP Movement. This is a bodysuit, and then the harem pants over. Um, my hair, look, it's not done. It's not fully curly. It's not fully straightened. It's comfortable. I put on some a light little makeup for you. I hope that you enjoy it and that you think it's pretty because I do. And then I added something like this. I do my nails, right? But like as far as how do I dress myself, like I'm moving through it. I'm moving through things. I'm not forcing them. And the old version of myself, but that's another thing I want to say, like if you're asking these questions and this is really interesting to you, like you may be moving and shifting through a lot um in your inner world, you know? So you got to be flexible for that. You got to be flexible for the new you to come through. You got to be open-minded and hearted to be like, who's she? Who wants to come forward? Like, what is this new aspect of me? And like, while I'm in this metamorphosis, can I be like a neutral place? Can I be in a neutral energy to allow the things that no longer serve me to just whoop, and then whatever will and does serve me kind of surface and like move me to the next? So being almost fluid and like open to receiving this change, and not putting pressures of what used to look like or what used to be, or just open your mind, open your body, your energy towards this evolution of yourself. So I hope that this helps. Thank you so much for these questions. These are questions from the community. I hope to do many more. I know that we will. And before we wrap up, please give this a like. Let me know what your favorite topic was from this video. Ask any questions, of course, so that we can create more of these topics and conversations. I think this is a very important conversation. I'm so grateful to have been asked this. And I hope that this serves you. Okay. Once again, my name is Ivy Ladone, your fitness mystic, and I will see you in the next one. For more information, visit www.patreon.com/Ivy Ladone.